Hello, Chinook and Steelhead members. Bob Reese here with the Guidance Forecast. Your forecast for Tuesday, September 7th. Lower Columbia River, buoy 10, not in the ocean. The ocean's closed. Tomorrow is when the limit bumps to 3 fin clip coho per person. Don't bring a big cooler. I don't think you're going to get your 3 unless you work pretty hard for them and get some degree of luck. Fish are definitely here. You'll get bites if you get out. I'm going to start my day again on the Washington side, I'm pretty sure. Probably in front of the restrooms. That's been consistent last couple of days. There might be some fish below the bridge, but if there's not a lot of boats fishing there, you become a pretty easy target for the seals and sea lions, so be wary of that. I had a good day there a couple of days ago fishing a 30-foot line. Marked fish there today, but went upstream of the bridge where I had a slightly higher degree of confidence that we could get fish on anchovies and spinner rigs with chunk baits there, and drug the spinners and the baits, mostly bait, whole rigged anchovies. Anywhere from 11 to 14 strips is where our hot rods were. Hard to call it hot, wasn't great, but it was a consistent bite. Didn't go more than 10 or 15 minutes for an hour and a half of getting, maybe 2 hours getting bites for quality size coho. That again is above the bridge from the kind of doing the last trickle of outgoing tide troll around the 28 to 32 foot line from the hydrofoil down to the restroom. So I do believe there will be coho below the bridge there, in the same water depth, 24 to 32 foot of water. Just a matter of whether there's going to be other boats joining there, if you're going to be a target for pinnipeds to swipe your fish. So going to be a pretty good outgoing tide in the morning. I don't think there's a real reason to start before 7 o'clock, maybe even 8 o'clock, but better to be early than late. And spinners seem to be working pretty good in the morning when you have a lot of river influence water, a little slightly warmer water temperatures. That last trickle of outgoing tide could also produce down a little bit lower in the river. Not a lot of effort's been taking place around buoy 11, buoy 10, but one of my guide friends did have some good luck there around buoy 11 with very little other competition on the first push of the incoming tide, and it should be productive on the last bit of outgoing tide as well, but it's just been too consistent above the bridge for us to deviate from our 2-day plan there. So we're all waiting for this big push of fish to come in on these flood tides, bigger flood tides, better than a 7-foot flood tomorrow, holding at the line. Doing the standard shallow water hover there at buoy 10. There has been some jellyfish, there has been some seaweed, so oftentimes the jellyfish comes on the early part of that tide, and then oftentimes as the tide comes in and the jellyfish wash upriver, which there wasn't any jellyfish today was my understanding. I didn't go out there. I did a Hammond hover instead of a buoy 10 hover. So maybe we'll just get lucky and not have too many jellyfish in our way here in the fishery for a while. Water temperatures have been a little bit cooler offshore. That might be part of the reason for fewer jellyfish, but hold the line there. That should be a good option for the flood tomorrow at buoy 10. Should be more fish washing in all the time as we, I've had some great coho fishing the last part of August, first part of September. That's not happening yet for 1 million returning fish. Phenomenal fishing come the 10th through the 15th. So maybe that's when they're going to show this year. But there's certainly a lot of fish yet to come. This river is going to get inundated with a pile of coho, even if we only get half of the run size predicted. There's going to be a lot of fish coming here. So keep your hooks sharp. The Hammond hover and buoy 20, again, when we do get fish, those are going to be good options on about 2 hours after low slack when we get a first good push of water into the river. That should be good. Don't don't think too deep. You know, these fish are traveling pretty high in the water column. You know, anchovies are just a sure bet. Spinners, a lot of guides are have a lot of confidence, a lot of success with spinners, the size 3.5s, even the size 3s. Behind the Pro Trolls, I'm running the anchovies behind my Pro Trolls there, and you know, the strike to hook ratio may not be quite as good as it would be with spinners, but we're getting a lot of bites and certainly catching some fish, just not limits. So and then if you're going to stick it out and kind of battle the wind, it's been a consistent windy in the afternoon right here at the bridge. There is a high tide bite up here and a pretty good one. So first part outgoing tide as well. So, you know, if you want to do a late start, you stick it out late. There should be some biters up here tomorrow too. So bring on the mill. Gotta happen soon. The bar bill is gonna be big.